What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track. Now we're bringing it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown, episode 130.
Let's get it. Woo!
We out here, man. I'm here with the gang, almost as usual. Our boy Strawhat Mark couldn't make it today. He's a little under the weather. Wishing him a speedy recovery. We're gonna hold it down for him. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do have the rest of the crew in the building today. I was gonna say the Fantastic Three, but they don't got the same ring to it. The three-man weave.
Oh, three-man weave.
The monster trio, come on.
The
guys.
monster trio. Oh, come on, bro.
Oh man, I was gonna say like the terrific three or some shit like that. That doesn't sound good either. Oh no, monster trio. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. That was a good one. We here with the monster trio today, man.
Oh shit.
Mr. G in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's good, bro? Might feel better. Shout outs. Man, I got no shout outs right now. I'm blanking. I'm sorry. I had some.
Shout out to Lakers, man. Brian James, LeBron James playing the same game is nuts.
Yeah, that's cool. I would say shout out to the Knicks for getting Karl Anthony Towns, but as a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, I am upset.
That's tough. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough.
I knew my boy was hurting.
But I am excited that he is in New York, so it does give me a chance to watch him. He's close to home.
True.
He's from Jersey, so.
And y'all didn't lose that trade necessarily either. No. That boy DiVincenzo is a nice little piece.
Big Red Goose.
I'm sorry, y'all lost that trade. I'm so sorry, bro. For DiVincenzo, and you got Julius Randle. I'm so sorry.
Dude, every day since I've been like back and forth. I'm like, yeah, it was a good trade for both teams, and then I was like, nah, it wasn't. I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. But we have more depth now as a Timberwolves, and that's a good thing. And then we'll see, because I feel like once Julius Randle buys in, I think him and Cat could really, they're both dogs, so I feel like they could really like gel together and do some work, and we'll see what happens. And what if Julius Randle brings out the dog and fucking Rudy Gobert? Who knows? We'll see. Because Cat was definitely not the one doing it. But Cat in the Garden is pretty exciting with Jalen Brunson. So, it's a fun time.
All right, this has been the basketball segment of the One Piece podcast.
We're literally 1 second away from going into that every single episode.
Yo, it's really just one comment away, and then it really be like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Last but not least, for us in the building, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? I'm chilling, man. I'm excited to talk about this chapter. I was worried about like the first time I read it, just like last chapter, I read it and I was like, oh, that was an interesting chapter. I have nothing to say, but as usual, the One Piece theories come out. They find something to show. So there's a lot going on under the hood in this chapter, I think. Well, one big thing going on, I think.
Yeah, the community, the One Piece community is. See, I was gonna compliment them, but they're also terrible at the same time. So it's hard to give them. It's hard to give an earnest compliment, but I do appreciate scrolling through the tweets and the Reddit threads and the different avenues that the community discusses the chapters and stuff after the chapter drops, because I always end up seeing something that I missed. It's definitely dope, and Oda's again the GOAT for giving us a story to be able to break down like this on a weekly basis and still find cool, clever stuff.
Man.
Every day is a new thing, man.
Yeah.
And it's the final saga, man. Like, it's before we know it, it won't be here. So
yeah, oh man, don't talk about it. You're gonna make me sad, man. All right. Let's get into the chapter, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
This is a cool cover story. Cool color page. There we go. Ooh, color spread. Yeah. Nice little Harry Potter reference.
Yes,
cool stuff.
Gotta love
it. Yeah, let's get right into the chapter. Chapter 1128 RPG. We start this chapter. I guess this is where the last chapter ended, more or less. I don't think Nami was in Sanji's arms when the chapter ended last.
I think he was jumping towards her.
Yeah, they're all standing around talking about, oh, let's go find this.
After they had just saved her from the cat, like he was like jumping towards her. I think he probably right after he just grabbed her.
Yeah, it's like probably an in between. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he has Nami in his arms. Funny way to open the chapter with the one line. He says, "This can't be a dream. There wouldn't be any men in it." Like, just insane way to open the chapter, but I respect it. But yeah, the a couple of the gang is together here, and they more or less begin to explore the island. They jump off the castle that they found themselves on originally. We get a little dialogue between them, with Zoro explaining where he was and where he found Luffy, what they were doing. And they kind of just try to piece together what's going on right now at the time. Usopp recognizes that they've been dressed in Elbaf warrior clothes, but it's the land of the giants, so why would they have clothes their size? They remark on how everything is made of these Lego blocks. So there's a mystery going on here, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. They decide that they need to go into the town to ask for help. That'd be the easiest way to do it.
And speaking of the town, I wanted to bring up like some stuff from last chapter that we didn't talk too much about. I don't know, maybe we mentioned it, but the town and the towns of the giants and that we're talking, their houses were also made out of Lego. It wasn't just the castle, which is a detail I think leads to a lot in this chapter. Obviously, it tells you the mystery of what's going on, right? So we'll see it, but yeah, like it really was the whole world that we could have noticed a little more. That was also Lego and part of the toy palace thing or whatever.
Okay, that's definitely fair.
I like the line of Luffy telling Usopp, dude, how did you you should have beat the fucking cat, dude. Like you're better than that, man.
That's true.
The first page, that was a sick panel.
I mean, yeah, Luffy has some pride in his crew. I respect it.
Yeah, like bro, come on.
So I'm like, you really gonna say that? But you gotta believe in your crew. You gotta believe in your crew. Yeah. So they decide to go into town. Luffy is of course excited about adventure. One Piece shenanigans, and it was something that I remarked to these guys before we started. This chapter definitely had a really big. Well, the past couple chapters have had that adventurous new island feel where everything is fresh. We don't know anything about this area type thing, But yeah, they start to head into town, but they are stopped by a man riding a grasshopper motorcycle. A grasshopper cycle, motor hopper. I don't know.
Motor hopper.
I like the motor hopper. That's a good one.
Yeah, that one rolls off the tongue.
Is this guy a giant?
I don't think so. The next panel you can tell.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a giant though, right?
No, definitely not.
No, that's just like that's like regular One Piece big guy. I wouldn't say like giant.
Like Jinbei,
yeah. But yeah, so this guy comes through riding the grasshopper, the motor hopper. He recognizes that they're new. He doesn't answer any of their questions, but he does say that all of the land belongs to the sun god. He says that he serves the ruler of the Big Stein Castle, Master Iscat, which is a cat, which is the cat that they had just beat up not 5 minutes ago. And as soon as Luffy's about to say something, Usopp covers his mouth immediately. And as he continues to talk about the different gods of the land, they all start to realize that they have been beating up this land's gods the entire time. And everybody's reaction is just priceless, with Nami looking away, Zoro, Usopp whistling.
I love that panel,
the sweat drops. Yeah, it's funny.
That panel is so good. They're just whistling. The mention of the needle god hedgehog that Nami fought. Luffy eating the giant rabbit, the ear god. Like, bro, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
and Luffy's ready to admit to all of it too.
Yeah.
So he's gotta love the crew acting in one to stop their captain from making a bad decision.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. It's fun. Moments like this are always fun with the Strawhat crew.
Facts. Also the motor hopper, bro. I really love it. That shit looks like the centipede from Alice in Wonderland, and that's what this arc right now is giving me a lot of vibes from, especially like this guy on it. He's like the rabbit, right? He's here. He's like, I gotta be quick. I'll tell you real quick, but I gotta go. So kind of giving me like similar vibes to the start of their adventure and shit.
Yeah, I think that's like definitely a direct parallel to what he's drawing.
Especially because like you go from big to small, so.
I think I saw something even from last chapter where I think apparently Alice in Wonderland. I've never actually seen it fully, but apparently it starts with someone waking Alice up. So like, and Nami, and someone wakes Nami up, right? Like someone like
Yeah.
Nami, wake up. It started last chapter, so
That's true.
yeah, like definitely some direct parallels. I like the motor hopper a lot. It's just cool. It's just like it's just adventurous and fun. It's really sick.
Yeah. This mysterious figure continues to warn them that they must never venture in the other direction from the castle, because the Sun's God's temple is guarded by vicious soldiers. None that have approached the temple have returned alive to speak on it. And Nami tells him, please stop, don't say it like that, but it's too late because a certain pirate captain has heard it and immediately speeds off in the direction he was just specifically told not to go into.
Music to his ears, bro. Music to his ears.
So yeah, the crew bounces. Nami says thanks for the advice, and she says sorry for everything with a little cheeky face. And Zoro chases off in the same ecstatic manner as Luffy, and they all basically chase off after him in the direction. And as that happens, what is it? Oh, that's the rubble falling from the castle that they destroyed. So he's
yeah. He notices like, oh wait, what just happened? What happened?
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
That's why Nami's apologizing for everything, because they just destroyed the cat and the lord of the castle, bro. Oh man, I absolutely love all of like this whole thing just now, like Luffy fidgeting, like the moment that it was mentioned, vicious soldiers, Zoro immediately going after him like menacingly, and Sanji. They Zoro and Sanji seem like a married couple right now, you know, like that's your son running off over there right now, like you should be
all your
ashamed. And
fault.
meanwhile,
Yeah.
Zoro the dad's like, yeah, that's my boy, let's get it, you know, like Sanji's like, what the hell, like Luffy acts that way because he feeds off of your energy. That shit was a funny line, bro. TCB had a good line too, but like that shit was so good.
That's a funny like way to put it. I think there's a big part of why people like kind of are happy. Well, some people are happy about the split up of the crew right here is that we get to focus on like fun stuff like this, and we get moments to like interact and breathe and not be like 10 characters in 2 panels, right? So
right.
Yeah,
it's part of the like it's not a bad thing that they're split up right now.
no, not at all. And especially like the original 5. It's mad nice right now. Like,
Yeah, and I feel like at this point, this is the formula for every single arc. So like, this isn't like a new thing. You know what I mean? They get to an island, they split up, they reconvene at some point. Regular stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Luffy and the gang race off into the forbidden direction. On this path, they see no homes. It's just straight more Lego block structures, including another castle identical to the first one that they destroyed. But they continue forward. As Luffy is running, he sees something running towards him. He decides he'll just dodge and run past it, but it's a mirror, so he just runs headfirst into it and actually cracks it. Well, I guess it's framed as it's the sky is cracked at first, but they then realize that it is a mirror painted as the sky. In the town though, it looks like the sky, it's to them it looks like the sky is just splitting.
I love that shattering effect. The shattering effect is so cool. Just like it just reminded me of like when Whitebeard would just shatter reality with his
that's cool.
Crew, you know.
Yeah, so the mirror that they ran into cracked. They find out that it's a wall, and on the other side of this mirror is a room, but not any room, a giant-sized room. The crew starts using their context clues. They realize that they can't still be inside the Elbaf ship. And the way that this room and this glass is set up, it seems like they are in some type of cage. As they come to this realization, they hear noises coming from the other side of the window, and it's Chopper.
Yes, sir.
Crying like a bitch, but it's Chopper.
He's literally like This is 15.
That's tough. You gotta tighten
Oh,
up.
maybe
I ain't gonna
17
lie.
now, actually. Yeah, he's a big kid.
Yeah, you gotta tighten up.
Yeah.
But Chopper has been found, and with that, we have the original five.
Six.
I can't count. Six.
Alabasta 6, as they say. Yeah.
The Alabasta 6. It's a cute moment with Nami consoling Chopper until she says, "Now you owe me one." Nami's hilarious. Yeah.
He's like, huh? Like, oh man, like, oh bro, oh man. Usopp is so good in this.
Yeah.
Usopp's on it right now. He's on it right now.
Yeah, no, he's been using his I don't want to say detective skills, but inference skills, context clues, inference skills. Yeah, he's been putting the pieces together. They recognize.
He makes a really good like he notices the detail about the clothes. That's a really big detail.
Right. Yeah. So he notices that there are human-sized clothes in the Giants' room, and he relates it to Doll's clothing. And then he recognizes the delicacy and the craftsmanship of the clothing.
Yeah, for something that would be so small for what appears to be a giant. It's very interesting.
Yeah. They recognize more of the blocks that they saw out in the cage area. And this is when Sanji realizes the reason why the rabbit he burned smelled so bad was because it was probably plastic and made in this very room. They then turn to the glass and recognize that now that they're on the inside of the glass, that they can see through into the cage area, whereas on the other side they can only see the sky.
So the reverse mirror.
Yeah. Sanji, of course, wants to use this newfound glass for nefarious purposes, but
that was crazy.
Bro, yo, he was on one this chapter, man. Like the beginning of the chapter, talking about Nami and or about his dream, right? Not having any guys there, because he's like, this wouldn't be my dream. There's guys here, and then the mention of not feeling Robin, like his radar, like he's like, oh, Robin's not around here. She's not, like, my radar is not going off. And now this one about the reverse mirror for the women's bathroom. He's a
fiend, bro.
He's fiending big time this chapter, bro.
He's legitimately a fiend.
I think this is probably the most egregious one, though. I don't think the other two were as bad.
That's just that's actually not a good look. But whatever.
Yeah, this one.
He build himself up, into this, and then it's like, Nami just hit him back down.
Yeah. So yeah, they more or less piece everything together at this point. They realize that one of the giants has to have built a kingdom with these blocks and tossed a bunch of human and animals into this cage kingdom. They assume, or Usopp assumes, that they have to already be in Elbaf, but Nami says that she wouldn't say that for certain, and that all that they know for sure is that a giant did this, not necessarily that they're on Elbaf. So they decide they need to escape this place and find everybody else, and they want to try and avoid the friction with giants if possible. And this is what Usopp says to Luffy: let's try to avoid friction with the giants. And he's like, cool, but can I beat this one up? And there's a giant snake getting ready to pounce on them, and Usopp completely changes his tune, like, kill it with fire. And this is when more monsters, animals, show up, giant animals. We get some mice crawling from the floor and a raven from overhead, and they realize that these animals have to be the temple soldiers that the other guy was warning them about. So yeah, as this is happening, they begin a skirmish, and as this is happening, we see a figure walking in from outside, from the hallway outside. He opens the door. Well, is this him saying stop playing around this? No.
He's hearing
them saying stop playing around, you guys. If the sun god comes back now. He recognizes something's going on in the room. He opens the door. Someone says that's too much, Luffy, and then he says I wasn't the one that spread the fire from the hearth. I don't know who's saying what. I'm not gonna lie, it's chaos right now.
I think someone's like, Luffy, like, what's wrong with you? But and then because I guess it's like a fire started because you can see the smoke under the door.
Yeah.
In the bottom panel, and I guess like someone blamed Luffy for starting the fire.
Yeah,
It's absolute chaos in there.
We'll see in the next chapter, in the next page.
Yeah, so he opens the door and it's complete pandemonium. He screams, "My sacred temple!" Luffy's just laughing in gear 5th form.
Hey, Callie, you got some other audio going on? Or
Yeah,
you can definitely hear it.
What do you mean? You hear?
There's like something going on. Like
we're talking.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, it's my freaking mic. I don't know what it is. It's been picking up radio signals.
Oh, yeah.
It happened before. It happened once before. Yeah,
I don't know how to fix it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, that's crazy. Well, that's not what you could do. Let's just keep pushing.
Yeah, it's mad annoying, dude.
That's so weird. Yeah, I completely forgot. It's small, whatever. Anyway, my sacred temple.
Yeah. The guy is completely in disarray over his temple. Usopp notices this and warns Luffy that the sun god's coming. I don't know what this panel is, what he's doing in the panel next to it. I don't know if you guys can tell.
The bottom ones?
Yeah, the bottom middle.
The Raven attacks Luffy. Luffy dodges it, and then that's when Luffy winds up his gum pistol and attacks the snake.
The snake. Okay.
Yeah. And it looks like the person is yelling the name of the Raven, I think.
Like, oh yeah, I think Zoro is cutting the Raven actually.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, my bad. That is Zoro. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Because in the panel before where you see the person yelling out, "What? My sacred temple?" You see like Luffy obviously started because the fire because of his Gear 5, and then Zoro's just walking in the flames, getting ready to attack, like a monster, like the monster he is, bro. Like that shit's so good.
Yeah, it's a tough panel. Yeah, and then Luffy winds up to attack Snake.
Yeah. Hits him with the Dawn pistol, completely knocks him out cold. We get the name of the snake too, apparently, because the Sun God yells out Hillmungard. Or...
Yeah,
I think you ate that shit, by the way.
Yeah,
Hillmungard. Or some shit. Yeah.
I tried. And the gang starts to escape here. I don't know. Are they going back into the cage? It looks like.
Yeah, they want to go to the town.
Yeah,
they want to go to the town.
Yeah.
Because they had said it before, let's go to the town, let's get away from this weirdo, ask some questions, and then we'll come back and escape.
Right.
So that's the plan right now.
So as they escape back into the cage, they run into the cat that they beat up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They give him another hit, and now he's tamed, and they're riding him to safety. Chopper translates it saying, "I'll get you for this." And Nami lets them know that she did find a map to the kingdom that they're currently in.
I love that she still had her priorities of always looking for treasure first. And she's like, I didn't find anything worth money, but did find this map, so that definitely gonna help them.
That's clutch, yeah.
And as she mentions that, the sun god comes bursting through behind them and is currently chasing them. Says, "How dare you bring ruin upon my kingdom?" And this is when one of the Strawhats say that as long as we run straight ahead, we should hit the mirror on the other side, and if we break through that wall, we should be outside of the cage. So they're just trying to straight up escape at this point. The townspeople notice the sun god. They say he's in a divine fury, and we end the chapter with the sun god looking at them and saying, "You shall not escape."
The reverse of Gandalf's "You shall not pass." You know, for you nerds out there.
Yeah, this guy is creepy. That's creepy, man.
Yeah, man.
Very creepy design.
I love it. I love the design. And then you see like the shield. It's got like the sun logo on it and shit like that.
Yeah.
I love, and then like the mask. So good.
Something I actually think the official had a massive change I didn't really notice the first time I read it, where in the page where Luffy breaks the temple, like the shrine mirror or the mirror on the wall or whatever, the giants say, they say like, "Yo, dude, the sky is cracking by the temple," and then they say, wait, the other side too,
Mm.
which is a little different from like so in the bottom right they're like, yo, this sky is being split over by the temple, and they say but also on the other side. So while this is happening, it seems like there's also something going on the reverse side that they're currently trying to go to now. It seems like someone broke in maybe, or someone
Okay.
broke in on that side, which is
Interesting.
weird. That's not what the other show has, so
Well,
wait, it could be actually.
not that we know of. Yeah.
Oh, you mean on the other side where they're heading to now?
Yeah,
Oh, so it seems
yeah.
like somebody else is either is doing something on the outside of the other wall.
Yeah, either
Facts.
someone broke in or out or whatever. Like, I didn't. That's what the official I think is implying, which is crazy. I wonder what's going on there.
At first, I took it as like just like a reflection, but no, that actually makes more sense. What you're
like
saying.
from their perspective, it has to
Yeah.
be like the other, like the complete opposite side of the
Facts.
town. Okay, at first, now that I'm like, I saw a cool. It was a fucking word theory review, and he said that this guy with the mask looks like. I sent it in the Discord. One of the gods knights has a mask, and they wear a mask, and they have a staff.
Oh shit.
It's but this is from God's Valley, so it's 38 years ago.
You're right. I remember that mask. We were talking
Yeah,
about it for a
I
bit.
completely forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it seems like it's this guy just based off the staff and the mask. Even though the mask's still different now, who the fuck's wearing that mask and a staff at the same time? That's a bit too on the nose.
Maybe
So,
it's possible.
was this guy on the celestial dragon side?
He was one of the gods.
He was one of the gods knights.
Yeah. It's Garling's the person in front of him.
Right. Interesting.
So
yeah.
do you guys think that this person is a man or woman? 'Cause I know there was another people were questioning because of the heels, slender build, so they think it's a woman under the
Those wearing
mask.
heels? Oh yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
No, those are definitely heels.
And then
They look much more like wow, that's interesting.
Never know. I didn't notice that before.
one thing that damn, I think I forgot. I forgot there was a line that they had said, but I can't find it right now. It might have been TCB or I might just be, But I thought it was interesting. I thought they were insinuating that they weren't the sun god, that they worked for the sun god, but that's not the case.
Yeah,
Because
I feel like
everyone's saying is that they are the sun god. So
yeah. But it is interesting. I didn't realize they had heels, and also the mask is still a little different from the God's Knights one. So yeah, I'm not sure. It could very well be a woman. Whoever this person is, they're a freak.
Yeah.
They got niggas in a cage, bro. What's going on?
What's this other one you sent? The ship?
Oh, Mista pointed it out to me. I think he noticed on Twitter that like that ship of the Vikings, the new giant pirate, so Hardridin, the guy that's on Luffy's fleet. That's their. They have a similar figurehead. So I guess what that kind of points to, that makes me think about it, is that I don't think there's a direct connection, but I think what it makes me think is that maybe this sun god person is, first off, actually I think the first thing I should say is that the real thing about this chapter is that I don't think this person is a giant.
Really?
I mean, when they walk in, like they're the size of that big ass door. I do think they are a giant. Unless
what if I tell you I think the Strawhats are really small?
they got a shrunken like action also on it. Okay.
I think there's a lot of like evidence, and like the mouse is the size of them. A cat looks like a giant lion to them. Obviously turned into a lion, but you know what I mean. The cat's fucking huge. The grasshopper the guy's on, like that doesn't make sense, right? And it's not like these animals are like what's the word, like the animals you expect from Elbaf, right? Like giant boars or stuff like that. Like they're just regular ass animals that you see in real life, right? There's a cat in my house right now, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a huge hint in the Usopp line where he says, "Dude, look at the super delicacy on this giant's art, like craftswork." But I don't think the giant is super delicate. I think the clothes are just regular sized clothes, just made smaller.
Like actual. I mean, you do see doll figures in the back where they were dressed up. So this person's definitely
boom,
crafting them like models. Like this whole house is a model. Like obviously one big Lego, but
yeah, I think that he just makes them regularly, and maybe makes them small, or he makes himself small and makes it, like regularly, and then goes back to normal size or whatever. I think
that there's some size manipulation going on.
yeah, I think the guy definitely has the ability to make things small.
That's what I was thinking. Like it was possible that the animals might still be giant size or like normal size, and then they got all turned small because of like his magic or whatever. But it's also possible like little models. You gotta like they got like little glasses and shit like that. They're a very precise person.
It could be. There's another line when the guy walks in. I don't know who says it or whatever, but it's they're saying that guy seemed really, really tall for a giant, which is an interesting point. And I do think the size difference is really fucking huge. So I feel like it's not regular giant to human ratio. So I think it's more points about how like this isn't the typical size difference. But anyway, if this guy's not a giant, I think that the fact that he's wearing some sort of mask that looks like something Vikings would have, maybe he's like a giant fanboy, which is why he has like a mini Elbaf in his cage. That's why he wants to be the sun god, which the sun god worships, right? Apparently, I just saw on Artur's Library of Ahara's Twitter that the way they say sun god in Japanese isn't even really the same. I think in the regular sun god, like Nika is like Taiyo Kami Nika or something like that, right? And this one is Taiyo Shin Sama, which sounds more like a Dragon Ball Shin Kai or whatever, right? So I think even then that's like, so is he even getting the sun god name wrong because he's like an imitation, right? I think there's like a lot of, that's my take on it right now, that he's trying to build a fake Elbaf because he's a fucking fanboy or something. I don't know.
Do you think this is Loki?
I don't know anymore. And because I saw, again, as a lot of these points are building off what I saw in the Morris Theory review, and he pointed out that like it doesn't make sense for the Strawhats to already be an Elbaf if the giant ship, which can move a lot faster and cover a lot more ground, isn't already there yet.
Well, the reason why they're not already there yet is because they say that they were looking for them. You know what I mean? Like it was like they were still just waiting in the area, fucking looking everywhere for the other.
Don't we see them wake up? That chapter, we see Robin in them. Unless you sound more confident than me. I'm not gonna lie, but
no, I just remember them using those words specifically. What chapter was that?
It was like 2 chapters ago. It was 26, right? I feel like, well, maybe it might have been 20. No, I was 26. But I feel like they woke up and they're like, yo, we can't go to Elbaf because they're not with us. So we should like. I actually think they didn't really make a conclusion. I feel like they were like, now what? We can't go to Elbaf without them. I don't think they made a decision on like, let's wait for them, let's look around. But either way, like they disappeared, right? And it's like if the Eric's not there yet, they can't have made it yet, right?
Yeah.
Unless they got transported by this person or whatever. But yeah, either way, I just think like the points I've heard, I feel like it makes sense if this is maybe not Elbaf, which would be crazy.
Do you think it could still be on the ship? Like someone, like whoever has a secret compartment on the ship, and they just.
Nah, I feel like they really got like separated somehow.
Then what do you think?
They're on a new island.
Yeah,
they're on I think they're on an island before Elbaf that this motherfucker like has like runs or whatever. I mean, they could also be in an enemy ship or something, but maybe the Sunny was taken, like maybe the Sunny was like what's the word? Just like sized down, and they're on his ship. Because it does seem like they said the cabin, right? They called it a cabin they were in.
Yeah.
That I could see. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't. Again, it's a lot of like more speculation. I'm really not sure.
Okay, so it says here 1126. It was the narrator. They said 2 days have passed since leaving Egghead, and even the giant pirate ship, the Great Urk, has yet to reach Elbaf. It's just okay. I think I'm just misunderstood.
Okay,
them saying that the reason why is because everyone's went missing. So
so it seems like they get up and they're like, what the hell's going on? 2 days into their.
I do think it's still possible that they are on Elbaf because
absolutely,
because magic is obviously in play here. There's size manipulation, so I wouldn't. And we've already seen teleportation through a devil fruit, and through like a summoning circle. So
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be out the realm of possibility that this person just.
I think there's a lot of questions too, like about like why this person, because I feel like I have questions about like the way these people act, right? About like how they just believe that there's a sun god.
Mhm.
And I like has like they're like those people in the town, for example, have they been there their whole life and that's just what they accept, or does this guy have an ability to change people's perception, right? And I feel like that's what we were talking about last chapter, right? Like how the shots were acting so weird,
Yeah.
and all the inconsistencies. Apparently there was I just saw like someone on Twitter say that apparently there was an error per page last chapter, which would be crazy if it was just auto fucking up, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, but I also believe that they're definitely smaller. I think that's like my if I'm convinced of anything, I think the shots are definitely very tiny right now. So it would be, yeah, there's a lot that's unexplained Mista. So maybe there's more to it effect, and maybe some other person has a different ability. Who knows, man? I have no clue.
I'm kind of subscribed to the small idea. I was a little iffy at first, but the more you explained it, it definitely makes sense within the narrative. I don't see them being on Elbaf without the rest of the crew. I don't see them getting on Elbaf first with the other crew just saying a chapter ago that they don't even want to go to Elbaf until they can confirm what happened to everybody.
Mm-hmm. So like, you don't think this is Elbaf?
No, I don't.
I can agree with that.
Because if they just said, if the other crew just said they don't even want to go to the island so they can confirm where these guys are at, and then these guys are at Elbaf, it's gonna make it hard to make it believable for the rest of the crew to come to Elbaf. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just my train of thought anyway.
I agree, and also there's still, like we said, like there's still the like according to the official, the other side just got broken into or broken out of or whatever, right?
Right.
So that could be them. So yeah, I agree. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I think the point that I believe in the most about the Elbaf point is that like Eric didn't get there yet, like the great ship. So, but they could have been teleported, they could have been transported, they could have been moved by this person. It's all potential. It's all in play, as they say.
Yeah, for sure. This chapter definitely left us with more questions than answers, but again, it's still only 3 chapters into the arc, so we can't expect to have everything so soon.
Yeah. And now that we don't know if it's Elbaf, we don't know if we're in the Elbaf arc yet.
No, I guess you're right. You're right. Might not even be in Elbaf arc yet. You're absolutely right.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, that is actually crazy.
Man, I was just gonna say, you gotta love just going back through this recent chapter, just Luffy going crazy, like just running and smacking into the wall. You know, just like a kid in Lego Land, bro. Just I don't know what to do. They're just like, oh, we can play with everything, and then next thing you know, they fall and get hurt.
And this idiot's like, yo, there's someone running towards me.
Yeah. Stupid.
No. Have you guys ever ran into a glass door, bro? That shit hurts.
In a mirror house.
Oh shit! In a mirror house? Oh man.
Yeah, I mean that's unavoidable. That shit is hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, really fun chapter. I think it was like it's like Callie brought up the pre-time skip vibes. I feel it. Like beginning of a new adventure. It would be crazy if we're not on Elbaf. But yeah, I just wonder what this guy's deal is. Like, what is it? Like, what is this dude doing? Especially if it's the staff and mask person from the God's Nights. If it's still the same person that was there 38 years ago at God's Valleys, like, what is the old ass nigga doing playing with toys, right? Not there's anything wrong with that in real life. I don't actually hold that opinion. But either way, like, what is this person's deal, right?
Yeah, man. I just made some models, bro. What you trying to say, bro?
Yo, that shit is cool, man. I'm never a hater, but I am a hater of this guy. Fuck Special Dragons, if that's him. The shield was a great catch, Mister. The fact that it has the sun insignia.
Yeah, if you look at his wand, the wand is also shaped like a sun too.
Boom.
Staff, you know.
And so again, it's more of the I believe this is a regular human being. I don't think this is a giant. So there's more of like the fascination with giant culture or whatever. I think.
My only thing, dude, about that is because when they enter, they're like, no, but yeah, if they're shrunken, they're gonna think that regular is a giant. That's true.
And they on that specific note, that they didn't think he was just a regular giant. They're like, yo, he's huge for a giant. Yeah. Like he looks it's fucking huge compared to them, right? I think that the ratio between regular humans and giants is not that deezed.
That's
around
true.
that, not that large. So I was like, I agree, Miss. It's a bit crazy. I can't think of anything else.
The
But
giant, yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
but
Actually.
on the point of the giant culture, like the names of all these things are like apparently tied with like like the snake he called like Hilmangonder. It kind of sounds like Jormungandr, right? Like the snake that wraps around the world or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's like slightly off, right? I feel like this guy's definitely like some sort of giant.
That's
Snack.
why. That's why I was asking you guys if you think this is Loki, because Loki is known to have made these other creatures like Jormungandr and like
Right.
the wolves and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, it's possible that in this world Loki is just making this little Lego, like trying to create his world, and maybe that will translate later on. Like, because I know Loki is supposed to start Ragnarok, and that's supposed to just flip the whole um Norse mythology, like, and like the destruction of the Norse mythology is Ragnarok. So I wonder if this is going to be the start of that, and then that will lead into, since this is the final arc, lead into other things in the world of One Piece being destroyed too. So
I think
Mm.
as like for like because I'm just in the camp that this guy is some random dude, not random dude, but he's some he's not really a giant, he's not really some guy, blah blah blah. But I think that when we get to Elbaf after this, let's just assume it's not for now. If we get to Elbaf after this, we're gonna be like, oh, all that shit was really true. They really have a giant snake. They really have a crow. Like that's like a shout out to Odin or whatever. So I definitely think that in Elbaf Mista, all that stuff's possible, like especially with Loki.
mhm.
But again, it's crazy that we really might not be in it, bro. And that's where I'm. That's my gun to my head. I would say we're not in Elbaf.
Uh,
I'm just nuts.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely a dope chapter. I think next chapter we might get something big, especially since this might be. I'm betting on it being Break Creek after this chapter. I'm not gonna lie. I was a
not
betting man.
enough.
Oh yeah, for next
Not
chapter. Yeah.
Yeah,
not
after next chapter. Yeah,
3 chapters in a row.
yeah. I don't think we
This,
get
this,
that
is, this
because
is the second chapter in a row, right?
this is
The
the
first.
first chapter
First,
Oh,
go
it was
back.
a break fast thing?
coming
Okay,
off a
okay.
break. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
so you think we'll only get 2?
yeah, because I think before the last break we had 3 chapters, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
I
Two,
would.
3 in a row is it's not
Yeah,
likely.
I'm banking it on next chapter and then break week after.
One thing I just remembered about the size of the group that we're with, so it's like the Alabasta 6 or whatever. I see a lot of people feel that Vivi is gonna start coming back in the story at some point soon. Also, there's still like Sabo has to give her the message, right, about the fact that they have the Will of D in their name or whatever. So some people think that the Alabasta 6 being here might be because they're going to run to Vivi soon. Maybe that's the people that are
Breaking in.
breaking in.
That'd be good. That'd be nice.
And
It's
yeah, and it
like
would be the people that
reverse.
have like a connection with her, and like fought with her or whatever. And then later they would meet up with the other Strawhats.
Damn, that would be sick. I would be here for
I like
that.
that a lot. I like that a
We
lot.
definitely know that they have to meet again eventually at some point.
Yeah.
And I think like sooner rather than later, because again, like the whole with the Nefertari D reveal, and also there's the theory that Vivi's gonna get the pawpaw fruit.
Ooh.
And
That
which
Vivi's
is
gonna get the pawpaw fruit. I need a little more on that. I've never heard
Yeah,
that.
so,
yeah. I haven't heard.
I'm surprised you guys haven't heard. I'm shocked I might not. I've never brought it up or
Bro,
anything. But
it's me and Kelly, bro. It's not my bro. Like,
I'm surprised I haven't brought it up at all because I feel I believe in it a lot, and it basically stems from the fact that the poneglyphs 1085 when Imu was telling Cobra about the Will of D, and he's like, it was because of Lily's fault that the poneglyphs like spread around the world.
Oh,
And
you're
we
right.
know that
Yes.
they're really hard to move or whatever, and a feasible answer would be the pawpaw fruit.
Yep.
And there's like more random small things. Oh yeah, the big one actually was when someone asked Oda in SBS like all the Strawhat Del fruits, they're like number like because the in Japanese, right, like go is 5, right, but Luffy's fruit is the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and go is 5 plus 5, which 10. I think basically all their fruit numbers add up to 10 or some shit like that, right?
All
But
the
one
Straw
that's
Hats fruits.
yeah, like Robin, Chopper, like if you look at their Japanese to number blah blah blah, you know what I mean? All that shit individually they all equal up 10 or whatever. But the only fruit that would complete the puzzle is
The pawpaw fruit.
The pawpaw fruit. So someone's like, "Yo, is Kuma?" And this is like back to 600 chapters or whatever. Someone's like, "Yo, is Kuma gonna join the Straw Hats?" And he's like, "No answer. Like, I'm not. Like, I don't know how you thought of all that. It's very interesting, but I'm gonna avoid the question." So some people are like, "Okay, so Kuma's gonna join the Straw Hats," but obviously Kuma's fucked up beyond belief.
Yeah.
So yeah, some people believe that Vivi's gonna rejoin and get Kuma's fruit. So anyway, that's a big theory. And if they meet up with him now while Kuma's in tow, we could see Kuma maybe pass away and his fruit could transfer.
We do know that. Well, they're in some vicinity to where Egghead was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it would be a nice change. It would be a reverse of the Straw Hats going to save Vivi. Vivi is the one going to save the Straw Hats, especially that.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
That'd be an awesome moment and growth on her part. Like, nah, she's like, I'm gonna go help them. They need help, whatever, and then go do the thing. So, that would be cool to see. Now I'm excited for next chapter. I'm glad there's not a break week, bro, because this pawpaw fruit theory, it's got me intrigued, bro. I'm not
There's
gonna
probably
lie.
more too. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 more points, but those are the big ones. Those 2 are the really big ones.
Especially because of the ties with Lily and then her ancestor and the pawpaw fruit and all this stuff. So that's crazy.
And I would love to see Kuma's fruit like in use, like as part of like a who saves the world or whatever. Further, like even like later into the story. So that would be sick. But I don't want Kuma to die though.
That would be very sad.
Gotta have one or the other, bro.
But true, and I do see it. I definitely think we will get like a Kuma send off scene. As sad as that sounds, like I was talking about it how like an Egghead, like we're kind of at like an impasse with Kuma. Like, is he gonna get better? Is he just a shell of himself? Right. So there's got to be some conclusion, like some sort of path,
Yeah, I think we'll get him doing something drastic to sacrifice himself, and then cause I still see Bonnie getting S Bear later on. Because she still has control of it, and But we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, that was like the last point about the Elbaf 6. That's all I had.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I guess that's about it, right? Anything else?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's all I had.
There was one thing apparently I saw on Twitter. Oda had foreshadowed this mask back in Drum Island, which was pretty crazy. In one of the cover stories, you see Luffy and Nami on a ship, and the figurehead of that ship was the same mask. So, Oda beyond that.
So what's fucking wrong with this guy, bro? How does he do it, bro?
Oda the GOAT, bro. Shit.
Nah, absolutely, bro.
Yeah, definitely cool stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be about it then. Big shout out to everybody that hung out with us today. If you guys aren't watching the episodes live, you need to make sure you're watching these episodes live at twitch.tv/Cali_Mac or at Strawhat Sitdown on YouTube every Sunday, 12-ish p.m. Be there or be square.
Yes, sir.
Big shout outs to everybody watching after the fact on YouTube, Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, etc. We appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you guys follow us on all our socials at Strawhat Sitdown on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. You look for us, you will find us. It's gonna be it. We are not on break next week, so we will be back next Sunday with another chapter review. Big shout outs to Mod again. Hopefully he's feeling better. He can join us next week.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be about it.
Yes, sir.
Big much love to y'all. You guys enjoy your Sunday. Take it easy. Be safe. Be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat Sitdown crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 Fury in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's wild huss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that One Piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that One Piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that One